thing. You hope it works. You never know. Yada yada yada. Blah 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 blah. Let's go. Right. We're live. We're live. Grrrr. Greetings, humans. Greetings. And welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and I tell you what, people, at 8 o'clock, it just creeps up on Bear. You figure, I got plenty of time. All the time in the world. And all of a sudden, oh my god, it's 8 o'clock. I still got stuff to do here. So we got it. We got it here just in time, people. Just in time for all of you. Good to see VM here. Great to see Grant here. Let's see, VM says, I think you exaggerate calling EVS an elephant. He's not that fat. Maybe a hippo. Maybe. Did he really put on that much? No, Uncle E has lost weight, for crying out loud. I tell you what, people. He feels bad for him and placed the blame on the sweetie goodness that is pie. 3.14. 3.14. Elephants and bears. What kind of circus is this? Well, let's go ahead. Let's get right on into it, people. We don't have any time to waste. Not any jibber jabber. None of that. Because, all right, fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed. It finally works. There we are. There we go. I got not one but two packages in the other day, so you get not one but two box openings. We're going to do this in the HDR the other day, but I never got around to it. So we get to do it live with you good people. And in fact, check this out. Hold on 1 second here, people. 1 second. Let's do it. Let's do it here together. Booyah! There's that one. Oh, Bear's got it going on, people. Booyah! There's that one. And then one more. We gotta have one more. Yeah, we didn't need to do that one, but there we go. There is a beautifully. I apologize for some of you on the live show. We are doing this in HDR, so it's going to be a little bit dark for you good folks out there. I apologize about that. We're doing an HDR video that we're going to be doing. Putting up a little bit later on. Kind of killing two birds with one stone here. So we're going to go ahead and... let me get this out of the way. CyberFrog. Come on, CyberFrog. There we go. You'll be doing it in an HDR version. We'll switch back over if anybody has any questions afterwards so you guys can see it a little bit better. But hopefully it's not too dark for you good people out there. Open it up, says Jiminy. Well, sir, I tell you. Hold your horses, sir. Use those bear claws and rip that package open. We got the old trusty knife here, just in case. But let Bear get into that real quickly here. Let me put this off to the side here. Yada yada yada. All that fun stuff. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a box open. Bear would normally do, kind of on the video side, just kind of do it normally. We're going to do a sort of video side box open, if you will. Do that for the HDR here. After we're done, we'll go ahead and do any questions or anything like that. So if you hear Bear repeat some stuff, and we're going to do the opening and the Bears box open. Where is a P Money at? He's going to miss the box open song out there. Do all that, do the box opens, got a couple other things. Bear has a second, I don't know if you can see it here, but a second camera here to kind of show some close-ups. So if you don't see some of the close-ups right away, we'll get to that in just a moment here. Just a moment here. All right, let's see. None of that stuff. Claws only. Little hard there. Actually, if you saw the last video, got it open, got the comics out, and the foil, the plastic wrap that it kind of comes in, kind of keeps the comic fresh out there. It just shredded in Bear's claws here, so we'll see if that happens this time. We will see. What time is it when Bear invites an elephant to his cave for supper? A time to get a new cave. Would be a very closed in out there. Although they do have some really big caves. Bear's been looking to move up, try and get a bigger cave out there. One of these days, people. One of these days. All right. Oh, there we go. Finally, Peabody. Without what timing, Bear says my name just as he arrived. I was wondering, we were going to do the box open here, and I was going to worry that you were going to miss the song. Yes, indeed. All right, I don't know how long the lights are going to go here, so we're going to do a box open here. Not go through everything we kind of did it the last time here, but I want to do this for the HDR version. So let me get this set up here. 1 second here, people. Get right on into it here. Do the thing with the thing. No, I want to do video. That'll work. Hopefully that'll work. Let's see. Here we are. Alright, hit the record on there. You hit the record on the big one as well. Does it have a light on? It does have a light on. Why does it have a light on? Hold on, people. 1 second here. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Hold on, let's see. Pardon me, people. Not for crying out loud. What's going on here? Let's see. Okay, that's off. Okay. Alright. Alright, there we go. There it is. Does it turn it turns a light on. Well, I'll be. I don't even need this light. Huh. That's interesting. Never knew. Beer never knew. He learned something new today that he never knew before. Alright. Let's get right on into it here, people. So, just bear with beer. I turn this. There we go. Bear with beer here for just a little bit, and he will get right back to it. But we're going to do kind of the normal way we do the video here. So you get to see it live. Every screw up that Bear has. You're going to no second takes on this one. No second takes. All right, let's get right on into it, people. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and today, people, we got a package in from Uncle E. So if you want to see what's inside, you know what you gotta do. You gotta stick around. This is P-Money's favorite part right here. Bear's box openings. Grab a drink here real quick. Gotta wet the whistle. These are all the things that you people don't see when Beer does a normal box opening. Alright. Yes, indeed, yes. You know, welcome back. Bear appreciates it very much. You know what? If you haven't done it already, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Bear would appreciate it very much. That's neat. All right, let's go ahead. We got the package in just the other day. You know, Bear was out foraging through the neighborhood trash can. All of a sudden, the postman came up, delivering a package to little Timmy McTimmerson. Well, Bear took one look at the postman. The postman dropped the package and ran. And Bear got it back, so I got a nice little package in. Only dinged on the corner the one time when the postman dropped it, but otherwise, very good. It came in very nice. Thank you, Uncle Lee. Let's go ahead without any ado, much less further ado. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. Bear could open this up with his bear claws. He's got the old trusty knife here. Gotta get right on into it. I do like that he has the all caps comics tape. That's pretty cool. I think that they should offer that. It was like an extra or something like that. You can get your all caps comic tape out there. All right, what's going on here? Come on, Bear, get it together here. There we go. There we are. That's why we use the knife instead of the claws. There we go. Bear, of course, taped it up. Keep little Timmy's address. Because he wants to get his own stuff out there. Hopefully, finally, somebody put in some salmon this time. That would be Bear's dream out there. All right, let's go ahead and get right on into it. Get right on into this great, huge, enormous monstrosity of a package here. There we go. There we are. Great stuff here. We've got Bear's favorite, the bubble wrap. Got the bubble wrap here, people. Yes, indeed. Love that new smell of bubble wrap out there. Bear will play with that later. But now, people, actually, he's got a CyberFrog here. Yes, indeed. There we are. There is your CyberFrog. Neat little toy there. Thank you, Uncle Lee. Thank you. Bear wasn't even expecting a toy. There we are. Choke it. Do not choke, people. Don't choke on your CyberFrog out there. There we go. Cool stuff. I like how he did this. I like how he did it. There we go. CyberFrog. CyberFrog. CyberFrog! There we go. Tells you his weight. Home world. Height. His real name. Gosh, we've been getting it wrong all this time. It's been Trick Ron. I've been calling him CyberFrog this whole time. I'm sorry, Trick Ron. Apologize about that. There we go. Neat little toy there. Let's see if we can put it there. Yeah, it's too close. Put it off to the side. Put that off to the side, because we got some great stuff in the inside here. Let's check this out. Holy cow, look at all this stuff. Let's dump it out. There we go. Nice big package here. Very cool. There we go. And inside we've actually got, oh, there we go. There we go. There's a J. Lee cover. Very cool. Very nice. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Looks great. Actually, let's go ahead and just get it on out. Get it out, people, so you people can see it without the reflection. Bear tried this the last time. He'd done one other box open, and the packaging came just disintegrated in Bear's hands. Bear's claws here, as it were. This must have been a one-off thing, because this whole the plastic here just disintegrated. So it looks a lot better there. Put it off to the side. There we go. There we are. Nice little CyberFrog. REKT PLANET. I don't know if people can tell there, but man, oh man, it is very foily and very shiny. Very shiny. Bear could use this and reflect light with that. There we go. There's the all caps. The laughing man there. Very cool. Very cool indeed. So that's the nice cover there. Let's check out. Oh, look at there! Holy cow! Man, oh man, that is a beautiful CyberFrog. Thank you, Uncle Lee. Thank you so much, sir. Ah, there it goes. There's the signature down there. Almost covered it up with his thumb. There you are. Very cool. Very cool. I don't know how many of these he has to draw, so hundreds. Who knows? Thousands, maybe. So very cool. He pays attention to the detail, even in number 437 or whatever it might be. So thank you, sir. Thank you. Very cool. Very nice. Very nice drawing on the inside. Very nice drawing. I mean, we can tell all the detail on the inside here. There we go. Very pivotal scene. Very pivotal scene here. But yeah, very cool. Very detailed. I mean, you can see even in the ground here. Look at that ground. That doesn't even, have anything to do with the rest of the scene. It's just ground. There we go. Very cool. Very cool. You can see all the shadows. Look at all the shadows off of the, I'm assuming maybe roots or sticks of some kind there. There we go. Very cool. I mean, that kind of detail in a book like that. Let's put this off to the side here, so people can see. There we go. The one downside to it is that the foil cover here, I don't want to damage it, but it bounces. It kind of like bounces out there. So there we go. There we go. There's that. I have to put it with that thing there. So there we go. The ash cans, Salamandroid, the color design, and of course the other ash can. Let's see. I think it was Kanan White and a couple of other folks in there as well. I remember seeing the Kanan White stuff. Very cool. There's the Salamandroid. Here is the. Again, it must have been just kind of a one-off thing with Bear the last time. Or the claws are just too powerful. That's probably the other reason why we used the knife up there. Very cool. Here is the Heartsick Horror. I believe this kind of deals with some stuff in the, kind of in the past, I suppose. Bear hasn't read this one or the Salamandroid, which one. Got this one. We'll talk about that in just a minute here, but there we go. There's the. Let's see, Richard Wright and, Van Sciver, Moorhays and White, Kanan White out there. Here we go. There we are. Good stuff. Good looking stuff there. Let's see if we can find something in there. Holy cow, it's 2018. 2018. How time has flown. Flown like a bee in the wind out there. Yes, indeed. There we go. Cool stuff. I'm imagining this is Uncle E's stuff. I believe that's Uncle E's. Let's flip a couple more pages here. This, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who the artist is here. I'm not sure if this came in white or not. It might be. It might be. Anyways, a whole kind of ash can behind all that sort of stuff. And then, of course, your Salamandroid. There we go. Very cool. Oh, there he is, right there. Good thing. Good thing I turned to the right page there. There we go. Hiss! That's what Bear did when he saw the postman earlier. He says, hiss! Of course, the postman dropped the package and ran. And Bear got it! There we go. Little Timmy McTimerson will not know what he misses. Not know what he misses out there. This is a little bit different. We had, gosh, I don't have them right here in front of me. You go back and look at the other one. It was CyberFrog and Salamandroid, I believe. And so anyways, you got the all-caps comic. This one's actually a lot bigger. It's actually a lot bigger. I don't know if we can tell. It's got kind of the reflective, what do you call that? The sort of glitter, I suppose, in there. Very glittery. Very glittery. Never knew Uncle E was that glittery before. But there you go. There we go. Put that off to the side. There we go. Whoops. Poor Mom. Poor Mom out there. There we go. Pretty cool. We've got all sorts of stuff here. Let's see. Oh, here's the other sticker. Here's the other sticker. Yeah. Not sure how to hold that. But there's Salamandroid. There he is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Also very reflective. Very reflective out there. There you go. It goes right with him, right with the cover there. There we go. There's that. We've got, let's see, a number of cards here. We'll do that here in just a second. Do that in just a second. Of course, actually got a keychain out. Let's open all these up here. There we go. So we got the nice little keychain. I like the colors in this. The colors really pop. Really pop very well in this one. Don't know if we can tell on there, but there we go. Pretty cool. Anything on the back? CyberFrog's on the back. CyberFrog is on the back, and CyberFrog's up front. There we are. There we go. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool for you good people. There we go. Oops. Ah, gosh dang it. Trying to keep all this stuff together. It keeps falling apart. There we go. We'll just put that there. Put that there for you good people because we got some cards here. Let's check them out. Let's check them out together. Let's see. We've got a... Put those down for just a second. Yeah, that's CyberFrog. These are also very... you can probably tell here, kind of reflective. I don't know if you can kind of tell if they're reflective there. There you go. I'm not sure if this is chromium as well or not, but very nice. Very, very nice card. He's got different numbers. I've seen the different numbers on there. Not exactly sure what I believe these came with the book, and I know he has other ones that he deals with members and the... Let's see, it was Subscribe Star. What was it before? Patreon out there. So there might be a whole card collection out there. Bear's still trying to figure out what to do with the dang cards, people. What to do with the dang cards out there. There we are. Very cool. A Heather Swain. I kind of like this one. I believe this was a cover as well. I'm sorry, the light is getting it. There we go. I believe this was a cover as well, if Bear's not mistaken. But yeah, a lot of the background, very reflective. Very reflective. Like it. You gotta do something a little bit different with the cards out there. There you go. Of course, the J. Lee cover. in card form. In card form. I apologize about the reflective out there. That's the deal with the cards. They're just very reflective. Hitting all the lights out here. Like I said, you could use this as like a reflector. You know, just that sort of deal. There you go. Very cool. If we can get it over there. There we are. There we are. We will talk about this. What is his name? Let me check it real quick. Sprite. Sprite, much like the drink out there. We'll talk about him in just a moment here, but there we go. One of the characters, I believe from the 90s, CyberFrog out there. So, you got some guys making a return there. There we go. Put that down. More. We haven't finished just yet, people. Haven't finished just yet. There we go. Heather Swain. Lily. Lily is the little girl's name. Of course, CyberFrog here. Very cool. What does it say on the back here? It says, our family. When we, what does it say? When we have each other, we have everything. Everything worth fighting for. That's neat. There you go. Yeah, a lot of, very, inspirational. You know, not like a, you know, you see on one of the posters or something like that, you know, you are the best person that you've ever been or whatever, but, very kind of inspirational and encouraging messages out there. There we go. Another returning kind of a 90s figure there. What was his name? He only showed up real briefly there. How do you pronounce that? Scapone? Hold on. Scorpion. I tell you what, Bear's dyslexia is just getting the best of him here. There we go, there's that. Very cool. Very cool, and of course, this one must be kind of special because it comes in a plastic thing there, but one of the Vizbz. There we go. Which is very interesting. We'll talk about it here in just a moment here, but kind of an interesting. You figure that they're just kind of route bad guys there or something like that, but very, very interesting. Later in the story, kind of stuff going on there. Let me get this out. It's too reflective. Too gosh darn reflective, people. So there we go. There we go. There is that. Let me actually pull out here. We actually had the other cover that came in just the other day. We did this just the other day, and the box that we just opened came up momentarily afterwards. So there we go. There's that. Looks pretty good there. So I'm trying to remember. I believe this one was the 24-hour cover, and then let me get to it here. I should show both of them. Come on, Bear. What are you thinking? The Jay Lee cover. I can't remember if the Jay Lee cover was the 24-hour variant, or if this one was. Bear would have to go back and double check for you great people out there, but the two covers that they got. Very cool. Very cool. Can't really. Let me see if we can get the light on that. The CyberFrog, this one. Little dark there. This one is much darker than this one right here, so it's having a little hard time catching it there. But there you go. Very nice. Very cool. Very, very good stuff out there. Let's see. Am I missing anything? Have I missed anything? No. There we go. But look at all this swag. Bear wasn't even expecting. Wasn't even expecting a freaking toy. There you go. There you are. That's gonna stay in the box. That'll probably be a nice, very nice collectible one of these days. Yes, indeed. All right. Let Bear do a very quick, kind of a rough and dirty first pass through it. Just checked this out last night. I just read CyberFrog II. How do we start this? Let's go back just a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about ComicsGate in general and kind of how it kind of came about and whatnot. For the people that are uninitiated out there, your boy Zach started out with John Malin doing Jawbreakers. Right around that time, Uncle E started up with. I've got it back here. The CyberFrog campaign, the original CyberFrog campaign. There is the Salamandroid over there. I think this only went on for a week. It's kind of interesting, the first campaign, he did it for, I believe, 60 days. Bear was still trying to figure out what the heck this, Indiegogo thing was and all this other stuff. Came out with the first CyberFrog. I'll put it down. Don't lose it, Bear. Your only copy. Your only copy, man. Here we go. There's the original CyberFrog there. So they started the CyberFrog campaign, Uncle E did, and got it going. Did it really well. Did a really good job. About that time, you got a number of different other artists in there. We were talking about Kanan White. Oh gosh, we missed Kyung Lee. A number of other folks out there. And Mike Miller. A number of other folks out there that were doing some great books as well. So we started to get not just, hey, here's a different independent book out there from your boy Zach, or hey, Uncle E came out and stepped away from DC and started to do CyberFrog on his own. He had his own IP and everything. He was doing really well. So basically, a lot of the early ComicsGate started, a lot of people didn't know anything. We didn't know the quality or what was going to go on in the book or anything like that. It was mainly, hey, these people are being canceled. Let's go ahead and promote them. Let's, make sure that they're, financially sound. And hey, if we get a book out of it, great. And, it turned out to be, Bear's done a number of these box openings and book reviews out there. I would say probably the worst book that Bear got was the Trump, what was it called? Trump Space Force, I think, from, who was it? Bear's having a brain block here. Anyways, they did that book. The world-class bullshitters out there, they did a book called Stealing Solo. It was a fine book. Jeff, I forget his last name, Jeff, with the world-class BSers out there. He did his own art. It was fine. There was, nothing to complain about the art. Everybody complained about the back of the book. They had it on the back of the book where it was like supposed to be a shipping label or something like that. But, other than maybe a handful, 2 or 3 books or something like that, they've all been 6, 7, 8 out of 10 books. Basically, every ComicsGate book that Bear's gotten has been really, really good. And it comes from a Bear that doesn't even read comic books. So, craziness out there. So, Bear's checking them out and, is of the impression that, hey, we've got, some great artists out there. Let's celebrate that. If you get a good book out of it, hey, that's even better out there. It got to the point where every once in a while, Bear would be kind of surprised. Hey, we checked out this book. Holy cow, that is a really, 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 really good book. Bear was probably the first to come out and say, hey, the best one in ComicsGate so far, many years back, Kyung Lee's book, Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. Matthew Weldon came out with Punchline, which was really good. A number of other really, really, really good books out there. This one's going to take the cake. This one is, if Bear would probably say it's, they cranked it up to 11. So 11 out of 10 was what Bear would kind of say about that. Got a couple minor, minor nitpicks out of it. Nothing major. CyberFrog 1 was a good book. Good first half of the book was really, really, really good. It kind of devolved into some other stuff, and it ended very abruptly, very sharply there. CyberFrog 2 picks right up with it and doesn't ever let go. CyberFrog 1 was an incomplete book. CyberFrog 2 is the complete book. You get, from the beginning to the end, basically everything that you're going to want to see on a book out there. I'm going to go so far, Bear's going to go so far to say is, a lot of times we like to, hey, either put books up head to head or, let's talk about this book or that book. I can't compare CyberFrog 2 to any other book. Bear tries to come out and say, let's compare it to, let's put CyberFrog up against, the newest Narwhal book or something like that. Bear likes Narwhal and everything, but there would be no no comparison whatsoever. We flipped through a couple of the pages. You saw the detail. Bear, it took him quite a while to get through the book because every single panel had, more and more detail. Actually, let's check some of that out. Let me see if I can find some. I mean, just about every single page had some crazy detail to it. So you want to get through the story, but you're just reading every single little panel and checking out every little tiny detail to it. So, an amazing work. Uncle E did an amazing job with this. I can't really compare it to any other ComicsGate book out there. Maybe the first Jawbreakers, just as it was, kind of groundbreaking, that sort of deal. CyberFrog II basically puts, ComicsGate's already been on the map, but it really kind of sets the high bar for everybody to get to. Not everybody's going to be a 20-something year comics professional out there. So some of the new people, like we mentioned, Narble out there, coming up with their own stuff out there. So it's not that easy to compare that stuff to, but definitely your gold standard out there is this one here, right here. So CyberFrog II, a great book. Beer's, if it's a 9.999999 out of 10, it would be some of the font on some of the lettering was a little small. I think if they had made, I wish that they would come out with like an artist edition where the book's a little bit bigger. Some of the pages are a little bit bigger. I think that would work. One or two of the other things Beer was talking about, there was a, what was his name? Oh gosh, what is it here? 1 second. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Sprite. Sprite was the guy that came up. And what was the other one here? Hold on just a second. Let me find his name. Scorpion out there. Kind of the two 90s ones that he had. Bear's complaint on the previous book is it kind of blended some of the earlier 90s stuff with the modern one. I felt like it should have just been a hard kind of reboot and just dealt with the Vespas without having to deal with some of the 90s stuff. I can understand where he's coming from with some of the older characters, how they fit in. They fit in really well. I just didn't think it was necessary. They had a... They had some of the, there's a group of humans that are kind of gathered outside of in Jersey somewhere, the Pine Barrens out there. They had a lady that was going up trying to get Lilith into trouble. Lily. She was trying to find her dad at the very beginning of the book. They had kind of, I forget her name, but a kind of witch-looking lady, kind of frazzled hair and everything. She put, thoughts into Lily's head out there to go search, get rid of CyberFrog, go look for your dad, that sort of deal. She did that. I don't think that was necessary. I mean, Lilith already had the, impetus to go look for her dad to begin with, so I understand where he was coming from with that, but the very end of the book, I know he was saying that he had different plans that he was trying out. Very, very, very detailed in about 80-90% of the book, and then towards the end, kind of more of a dream sequence, so some of the backgrounds weren't as detailed as the front stuff, but comparable with all the great books that are out there now, so I can't really complain about that. So those would be like the 9.9999999, out of 10, that sort of deal, but now Bear's going to say definitely 11 out of 10 out there. Very much a book for its age here. Very much talking about, it's kind of interesting. CyberFrog is trying to save humanity, and, some aspects of humanity doesn't really want to be saved. That was kind of an interesting twist in the book there. They didn't want to be saved. I think that kind of goes into his own kind of personal deal where, hey, we're trying to put out great books, great comic books, and that sort of deal. And man, oh man, you get all the pushback. Oh, let's, cancel culture, all this other sort of stuff out there. That probably, fits right in with what he's trying to be accomplishing with the book here as well. So, man, oh man, just a standalone book. You go and you read it, and it's a great story. There is basically every 2 pages a setup and a payoff, a setup and a payoff. You have one where, I remember Bear was looking at it. It was Lily was the child that didn't smile much, didn't laugh so much because she was in the post-apocalyptic world. At the end of the second page, so at the top left-hand corner, she's not sad. At the bottom right-hand one at the second page, she's now laughing. So just stuff like that, where every single page almost is a setup and a payoff within a couple pages or something like that. So did an amazing job with that, and just a very rounded book. CyberFrog, the first one, just basically ended. Not a very cliffhanger ending. This one ends on a cliffhanger, but is a much more satisfied and completes the circle. If we never, hopefully we get another CyberFrog. If we never get another CyberFrog, it basically completes the circle. It completes the story that he's telling. A lot of the books out there, they're trying to, get the first book and, you'll see what happens on book number 4 or 5. No, this one, it wraps it up within the book right there. So, nothing but positive things to say about CyberFrog II. And, Uncle E, you got pretty close to a masterpiece here. Once again, Bear doesn't know too much about, your regular comic books out there. I can't really say, it's better than, Spider-Man or Superman or whatever. It's probably the best book in ComicsGate right now. At least top 3. Still got to throw Ken Lee in there, John Malin as well. He's doing some great work. Looking forward to seeing Godlike out there, but yeah, this is probably the gold standard. This is probably the high water mark for what we're doing out here. So let me get back here. Back here to the thing. Here we go. Anyways, Bear wanted to just say quick review. We'll do a more thorough review for you good people out there, bringing in some of the panels and whatnot. But I tell you what, people, if you didn't get CyberFrog 2, there's well, hopefully you can still get it out there. Hopefully you can still order it with the Second Chance campaign. But man, oh man, I tell you what, Bear was wrong. Bear was wrong. He's one of those people that says, Uncle E, hurry it up. Let's go. Quit wasting time. Quit doing all these live shows. Blah 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 blah. No, the live shows is how he connects to all his fans out there, and I would have said, please take your time. I think Bear did towards the end there, but no. CyberFrog 3, take as much time as you want. If it takes 3 years, it takes 3 years. Whatever the case may be. If that's where the quality is, from book 2 to book 3, you are going to be thrilled with all of that. So, Uncle E, you got Bear's approval here. I would say the book of ComicsGate here, but that's a little unfair to some of the other books out there. We'll still compare some of the books out there, but this is kind of the high water mark. Let's see. The high water mark. The high water mark out there. So, once again, thank you so much, Uncle E. Very great book. Always enjoyed. I didn't even expect a freaking toy out here. So, all the swag. Putting all the haters to shame out here. All that good stuff. So, great book. How many times can I say a great book out there? Anyways, great book. Well, you know what? Talking about Uncle E and pies and all that stuff, it's made Bear hungry. So he's gonna head back into the woods. So until next time, people. Grrr. All right, hold on just 1 second here, people. Let me get situated and organized here. Get that out of the way. Do the thing with the thing. in the thing. Oh, let me do this. Hold on just 1 second, people. I will get to, Bear will get to your chats here in just one moment here. Here we go. Let me do this. Pause recording. I'll need that. There we go. Do the thing with the thing. Here we go. Here we go. There we are. There we are. And let me do this so I can actually see it. That would help. That would help. There we go. Now let me get back to it here real quick here, people, because I don't know if you're able to see it that well. There we go. There we go. I apologize that it was in the HDR. This, you should be able to see this a little bit better, I hope. One would hope. One would hope. Let me turn that off. Oh, duh. I've got it. I still got the video going here. Well, you can still see it. You people can still see it. Let's see. There we go. It might be a little reflective there, but anyways, there we are. I hope everybody enjoyed the box open. Plus, I might get some issues there with the review here, but I hope you enjoyed the review. Bear just kind of took a quick look at it the last time, but there we are. I still would say probably the book of the year. Book of the year right here. And here. Both of them. Both of them. This one, that's pretty good. Pretty good, but yeah. Got it going on with these two right here. All right, let me. What about Wraith of God? Top 3. I would say it's the best book of last year. Definitely of 2022. I would say CyberFrog II. I would say Kyunglee's. I would say both of them. Definitely the first one for sure. Battle Maiden. The story wasn't that great in Graveyard Shift or Graveyard Shift 2, but I do enjoy John Malin's stuff out there. Probably let me take that back. Let me say Punchline, both of them. I would say Matthew Weldon's Punchline did really well. We might talk here just a little bit about Shadow Sentry. Shadow Sentry. Oh, let me grab a drink. Shadow Sentry, a really good book. Titan out there, also very good. So that'd probably be the top 5, top 6, or something like that. Again, pretty much all the CG books out there have been winners in Bear's book. There really haven't been, like he said. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember who did the Trump Space Force one. It was okay. Stealing Solo was fun, but the artwork in there just wasn't the greatest. Yeah, I really can't think of a bad. I'm trying to come up with a bad book so I can at least say, oh, this one was bad. I didn't like it. I can't really say that. Can't really say that. All right, let me go back here. Holy cow, this has been a talkative one here. Cocaine Bear, for crying out loud, they have been absconding with Bear's, what do they call that? A cultural appropriation. They've been bear appropriating. Everybody thinks, oh, well, here's a bear, he gets into some cocaine. Now he becomes a killer. People, you don't taste that good. Believe me. Believe Bear. You don't taste that. Salmon, a garbage. And then maybe down the road, a human. But, it's kind of like, how many of you people eat, monkeys out there? Probably not very many, because they don't taste that good. They don't taste that good. It's why we're here, Bear. Claws. There we go. Where am I? Let's see. Actually, his teak. Oh, okay. You're still talking about the cave. Okay. Grant is having deja vu. Yeah, we did a box open just the other day. Bear was going to do the HDR version, which you guys... the reason why it was dark was because it was the HDR version. Wanted to do an HDR version, just didn't get around to it this week. I was like, okay, I need to do the... Promised everybody I was going to do a Rambo watch along here, and Bear never actually got into doing that either. So I figured, well, let's go ahead and do a box open. And then it's like, well, I read the book, so let's go ahead and do a review. So that's what you guys got here was all that. I wasn't trying to ignore anybody. We were just trying to do a regular regular video out here. I swear the comic reflection showed a roof in the cave. No, well, you know, something like that. 2018 asks Pete Money, I wonder if in a couple years, if the insects have to deal with the woo flu. Probably a different, what do you call that? Like a different universe out there. Thanks, Bear, says P Money. I'll never be able to watch EVS anymore without thinking about how glittery he is. There you go. Anyone who's watched a few of his live streams knows how fabulous EVS is. This is true. You are correct there. For some reason, that picture doesn't make me thirsty for Sprite. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I didn't think that the character that he keeps trying to bring in the 90s CyberFrog characters. If you're a fan of the 90s CyberFrog, I'm sure it fits right in. You're like, oh boy, yeah, I remember him. Those of us who've never read the CyberFrog books are like, you know, who's this character? Why are they in there? That sort of deal. You know, I think he could have done all the stuff that he needed to do without that. Should I go into it? Oh gosh, the biggest thing that, should I spoil this? I don't want to spoil it for people. The Visbas become really interesting characters. Let me just put it that way. Was not going along with CyberFrog as kind of a zombie sort of, you know, horror sort of deal. You wouldn't expect the zombies just to start, you know, speaking Shakespeare and stuff like that. They don't speak Shakespeare in this. I'm just kind of making a comparison here. Very, very interesting. I wish I could say more, but Bear would be ruining it for people that haven't gotten the book just yet. So keep that off to the side there. But yeah, very interesting twist with the Vispas out there. Really, really pretty cool. Let's see. Vin Diesel family. Timothy Lynn. Thank you, sir. Stealing Solo was terrible. Oh, well. Jiminy has a very high bar here. I thought Stealing Solo was fine for what it was doing. It was kind of it was one of these larks. You know, like I'm assuming they probably came up, I don't watch any of the world-class BSers, but probably came up with it on a live stream, thought it was kind of interesting. Jeff was like, oh, you know, I can draw this and all this sort of stuff. It was okay, you know, nothing really to write home about, but when I say it was bad, no, I wouldn't say it was bad. Amy's here. We missed you last time, Amy. We missed you. And I'm assuming Melissa is well out there. Bear cries more than all of us combined. What? I don't know where that came from. A bear does cry too much when there is tape on the package. There we go. I'm sorry, people. I'm just scrolling through all the chats here. Let's see. Well, lately we've had bears doing coke and other famous bears becoming murderers. It's only right for our bear is the sensitive one. The sensitive one out there. Yes, indeed. I'm sorry. I'm scrolling quickly through some of this stuff because I know some of you have stuff to say. Let's see. Grant says, incidentally, I have to leave. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to leave my phone in one of these places these days. Kept having to retrace my steps. It drive all over to find it. That's terrible. I think Bear made a couple of mistakes and he needs to take two. I did. Oh my goodness. Well, that is the value of editing out there. This is why Bear doesn't do too many live box openings out there. Or live reviews, to be honest. Drinking game when Bear says a shadow, a Sentry wrong. Take a drink. Take a drink. Melissa has it. She knows what she's talking about here. The readers are the real winners out there. It almost brings a tear to Bear's eye. Yes, indeed. The best book was Detective Dead. VM, you make me laugh. Grant says, I'll have you know my marbling is sublime. Well, you'd hate to find that out. You would definitely hate to find that out. Humans always taste better with a side of Coke. Cola. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. A Coca-Cola and smile. Yes, indeed. There was a 90s CyberFrog. In fact, let me, hold on just 1 second. That reminds beer. Beer, although you see a lot of stuff here, Beer actually didn't get a whole lot of CyberFrog stuff. Beer is kicking himself now. I probably should have went ahead and done the, what do you call that? The honeycomb box. The honeycomb box out there. This is definitely going to be, you know, this is going to be around for a while, people. This is going to be, I don't want to say collectible, because Beer doesn't know anything about that. But, yeah, this is definitely going to be the book to have. Anyways, the other one that he had here was an interesting book. It's a coloring book here. And I thought that he had some of the 90s. Oh, wow, this is actually from CyberFrog II. Look at there. I didn't realize that. This is from the second book. The coloring book actually came out, gosh, a year and a half ago? A year ago, maybe? So, anyways, I thought maybe. The one thing that Beer had with this, okay, so it's a coloring book, right? You know, you're supposed to color in there and all that. It goes right up to the edge there. I wish that they would have like a little bit of a border, kind of like right up there. A little bit of a border there so you can color between the lines. It's kind of hard to get into there. Anyways, I thought there might have been a... There we go, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. As you can tell, Bear never colored it. Never colored it out there. There we go. Here's some... I think this is some 90s artwork there. And this one right here. I do believe. It doesn't have a date. See, these ones have borders on them. These ones have borders on them. The other ones don't. Anyways, yes, there is a 90s... Here we go. I think that's the 90s one as well. I mean, it's real detailed, so it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I like the black and white, but it gets... I mean, you pull it away, you know, and it's like... It kind of gets blurred a little bit together. You know, all of the detail together just kind of overwhelms. That's why Bear was taking so long to read the book. Going just panel by panel out there. Panel by panel. That's right, Amy. Beer does not make mistakes. This is a professional show. That's true. Grant says, I actually contributed to Detective Dead. It really had potential. That guy does good art. Critias? He does? Oh, okay. Where is Critias? Hashtag, where's Critias? Hashtag, where's a lot of people's money's Critias? Yeah, you know, when Bear's talking about ComicsGate and stuff like that, he's talking about the books that actually came out and that you could review. You know, Cash Grab isn't out just yet. Detective Dead. Gosh, there's been one or two other books. What was P-Money? What was the other one? Sasquatch, Samurai Sasquatch. What's the Huerta one? Gosh, I can't even remember. Sovereign. So I mean, there's a couple books out there that haven't come out. So you got to say, yeah, those are no good. Those are no good. But that's more kind of personal. You know, your artist situation. I think a lot of people don't. Either appreciate or realizes, you know, even somebody like Uncle E. Pardon me here. Oh, excuse me. Somebody like Uncle E here, many years in the comics world out there, professional world out there, but he was just doing the drawing. You know, he was just doing, you know, what he needed to do out there. You add in, you know, fundraising, you know, so you got to go online and all that sort of stuff, you know, YouTube, that sort of deal. You've got to deal with your printers. I bet you a lot of these artists never had to deal with their printer before. You got to deal with shipping, fulfillment, a number of other things. That's why Bear says it's a minor miracle that a number of these books actually get to be published or out there. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment in and of itself. I mean, you wouldn't. What a 90% success rate out of all that. I mean, we can name a couple out there, but yeah, I mean they're able to do a lot of that. So I think a lot of people just need to take a step back there and just realize, hey, there's a whole lot going on here other than just drawing the book. You got a number of other things. They all got to come together, and you were dealing with printing and shipping and a lot of that stuff during a pandemic as well. The whole country, the whole world shut down. So, trying to deal with a lot of that stuff as well. That's quite a bit. So, not all, in addition to all that, and then it being a fantastic looking book and a fantastic read out there. I mean, you got to say that's the high water mark right there, right there. So there we go. There we are. Don't defame Detective Dad. It's only 4 years late, and we have no idea where Critias is. Other than that, I think it's fine. Yes. Thank you, Grant. P-Money says, yeah, I was very tempted to get the Honeycomb box because it came with this CyberFrog toy and the Salamandroid toy. Well, look at this. Got it for free. Bada bing, bada boom. It came with it. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, it didn't come with the Salamandroid one, but there we go. There is a good-looking CyberFrog. Sorry it's reflecting there. Sorry it is reflecting, but there you go. There's a cool package right there. Wasn't even expecting it. So, yeah, just to probably resell or so, or even just keep the box. I mean, again, this is going to be a really popular book once people start to read it and realize what's going on and saying, "Holy cow, this is, a whole lot better than what I thought it was." There goes one of my lights there. There goes one of the lights. Let me get off of this. 1 second, people. Bear with Bear here. Here's that. Do that. And I can turn off the lights. It's Bluetooth, people. It's got Bluetooth lights. So Bear's just here on his iPhone. Bears have an iPhone? They do. Alright, turn that off. And I'll leave the other one going because I need some light. Bear needs some light. Let's see what he's doing out here. Alright, let's see. That's off. Okay, alright, there we go. Yes, indeed. Amy says that's a cool coloring book. It is. I don't think that many people got the... he didn't really promote it that much. I'm trying to remember which campaign it was. He's had so many campaigns. Beer gets twisted up sideways here. I forget if it was a Second Chance campaign. It might have been for... You were talking about the 90s books. I think he came out with a curated collection of those books, and it might have been part of that. He may still be selling that on his eBay store. You would just have to look. Beer does not know, but it is a pretty cool book. Pretty cool. Beer only got 2. There was one from CyberFrog and there's one from Titan out there. I haven't seen too many coloring books. It'd be a good add-on for people. P-Money says, please, Grant, don't remind me that we'll never see Money or Detective Dead comic I ordered. Yes, indeed. Well, Critias is in supposedly Florida here somewhere. Down south somewhere. Should I be Sasquatch? Scheduled for 2034. Thank you, VM. Thank you, sir. I'm probably along with, oh God, I just said it, the Huerta book out there. Anyways, that one. We'll never see that one. We will never see that one. Much like Cash Grab. I don't think we'll see that one either. Let's see. Wish I had gotten, Grant says, wish I had gotten one of the, Reborn Knight teddy bears. Was one tight budget that time. Really? I didn't even know they had one. Okay. Very cool. Here we go. Let's see. Sasquatch. Sovereign. Thank you, P-Money. Thank you, Sovereign. Detective Dead. Yes, indeed. Cash grab. uh, Probably, we'll get into it in a minute here, but Lone Star 3. You know, all these books that we're never going to get. I'm with you, Amy. I'd never heard of a night teddy bear. That's pretty cool. Oh, the Good Night. Oh, okay, all right. Bear never got that one, so I couldn't tell. Did you hear? Says Amy. Did you hear about the night bear someone made of Bear himself? I don't know. That's pretty great. They made a movie. Bear's still waiting for his 10%. 10%. Bears don't use Android. No, they don't. Straight up Wi-Fi. Good old Tim Apple out there. P-Money says, my youngest daughter says hi, and my oldest says that he is cool. There we go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, little P-Moneys. I hope you're enjoying the show out here. And Mrs. P-Money as well. And Mrs. P-Money. There we go. Says hi. All right, let's see. Bear actually had other things here. Actually had, believe it or not, people, actually had some, oops, that's not it. He actually had some campaign updates. Let's get to those. Bear can pronounce it. I hope Bear can pronounce it here. Oh, for crying out loud. But which one was this? Nope, not that one. Not for crying out loud. One of these days. We'll do a professional show. There we go. Eric Nagotowski's got a book out called Shadow Sentry. We talked a little bit about it. One of the great unexpected surprises, Shadow Sentry out there. So, very cool. He's got a Origins. Hopscotch. Lovely hopscotch. By the way, I actually got this one. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. From Matthew Weldon. He did this. This is actually the card on the very first Shadow Sentry out there. If you got the collector cards, I believe they were metal. They kind of were shiny, like the ones that we had here. Really cool. Really enjoyed that. So there we go. Shadow Sentry. He says, let's go back. We're going back to the beginning. Find out how Bear favorite Hopscotch and Commander Noble become a Hellborn and Highborn. Shadow Sentry number 1 will go live around 6:30. I believe this was yesterday. Links will not work until the campaign goes live. The crowdfunding campaign will launch on Michael Bancroft's YouTube. And once again, for crying out loud, let me find it here, because they've actually shadow banned this campaign as well here. So let me see if this will work. Let's see, copy. Let's see if this will work. For crying out loud. No. Bear will try and get that link and put it into the description at some point. We have a whole list going here of campaigns that have been shadow banned out here. Anyways, let's see. One book, 2 stories, 24 pages each, for 48 pages of hard-hitting action out there. So there you go. And he's got the deals there for the people that are on the email link. So there you go. There's a quick look at some of the books out there. You don't have to get everything. You can just get, looks like the original book there, number 2. There you go. So there you are. Good stuff. Bear would recommend a Shadow Sentry out there. Hopscotch is a fun name for a character. You know, if she's dripped in blood and everything. But there you go. There you are. Essentially, they have kind of the sort of good in the universe of Shadow Sentry and the bad in the universe of Shadow Sentry. She would be on the bad side. She would be a villain out there. Be a villain. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. What else do we have? We have from one of the ones that Bear was trying to, you know, he's like, okay, which book is the best one here for 2022? Went ahead and said that, where am I here? went ahead and said that the Wraith of God was probably the best book of 2022. Wanted to wait until Bear read Inglorious Rex. Ended up doing it after the first of the year, so never really got into the best books of the year. I'd still say that Wraith of God beat out Rex out here, but very good book. Very good book. That would be Shane Davis. He says, new stretch goals and an art update. Thank you to all of our awesome backers for all of your support. We have some exciting new stretch goals we're announcing today, which includes a awesome Rex magnet illustrated by Ghost House. There you go. Look at that lovely smile. All book backers will get this magnet if he hits $250,000 on the campaign. So there you go. There's some of that. We also have diligently been working on pages, and here's one of Little T scheming and plotting as he looks at a hologram of Orc City. I laugh at Little T. It's like you go into a restaurant. Oh, what would you like to drink? A little tea. Little tea, please. Sweetened. Sweetened. Not unsweetened out there. There you go. There's Little T himself there. And of course, he has a art campaign out there, art contest out there. It is ending in 3 days, people. Ending in 3 days. So go ahead and get on it. He has his own website here. I wish that there would have been another way to do it other than just through Twitter out there. But if you want to send it out, there's Shane Davis art or Yanzi Lin. So get your Rex stuff in there, people. Finally, the first 30 days of the campaign on our website at 9 Lives Comics is about to come to an end on Sunday. So be sure to check it out. And don't miss out on the exclusive cover. And lenticular cards. Lenticular cards out there. There we go. Cool stuff from Shane Davis out here. From Shane Davis. Alright, and finally, cursed. Might be just cursed. I'm going to say cursed. Let's go ahead and say cursed. A cursed campaign out here. That would be... And Bear did get it. We actually put it up kind of head-to-head with the Inglorious Rex book out there. Talking about Monster Hunt 2 from Mike Miller is still fulfilling. Hi, guys. Hi, Mike. Sorry about the delays, but fulfillment is still ongoing. My fulfillment guy isn't a full-timer. He has a regular job, so it's taking longer than anticipated. But a little more patience, and everyone will get their books. Well, except for little Timmy McTemerson. If you've gotten yours already, please let me know how you liked it. Well, it did pretty good. Some issues there. Little confusing to follow. I enjoyed the Rex book just a little bit better there, but again, going back, just that the people are able to fulfill campaigns out there is kind of a big deal. Bear would say it's the biggest deal. I know there's a lot of people out there that like Mike and everything. I'm not trying to be too harsh on the guy, but man, oh man, you really he does an amazing job with his art, and this falls down on the fulfillment side. It's probably one of the most important parts, if not the most important part. People have already paid for it. They're waiting for something good, but just getting it out to people. I can understand if it's in Europe and there's, issues with, trying to get it into that locale or something like that. But here in the States, you're trying to rely on a fulfillment guy that, isn't his full-time job, and, you accidentally shipped it to the wrong fulfillment place to begin with, yada, yada. Like, for instance, Bear. Bear got his books. If you go back and look in the box open, he got two... Bear got the email, the Lone Star email package. So it was supposed to come with all 4 covers plus the black and white covers. Bear got 3 out of the 4 and then an extra one. So I think Bear ended up losing out on the colored... I think it was the colored Elliot version there. So, again, yeah, I mean, stuff like that where it's just... Again, Bear's not trying to complain or anything like that. But, hey, you put two of the same book in this package, but not the colored version. So once again, fulfillment, very, very important part of a campaign out here. Very important part. Anyways, there is Mike's. Hopefully some people are getting. Bear got his, so it is going out. Bear can attest to that. But otherwise, like the other Shadow of the Conqueror book out there, another cursed campaign. Another cursed campaign out there. So once again, anyways, there is all of that. There's all of that. There is that. Let's see. Did I have anything else? Beer had some news stuff, but I don't know. Let's just go through some headlines here. Anybody wants to talk along, we can talk along. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. There we go. Let's see. Marvel VFX artist admits Ant-Man and the Wasp looks awful. A reveal studio shifted all the money and all of the best resources and Wakanda forever. Yes, indeed. They did that. Been hearing quite a bit. I guess they put all the best visuals in the trailers because every time Bear hears something about it, Bear was actually hopeful that Ant-Man might actually be a decent movie, but apparently it's not. It dropped the most of any Marvel movie in the second week. I think it dropped like 70% or something like that out there. So. People are not wanting to go see. They're going to go see the cocaine beer instead. So go figure. Beer still wants his 10%. This wasn't the. I didn't care about the headline there, but it had. Let's see some of the stuff for Wakanda Forever here. All that sort of good stuff. Let's see. Yeah, all the different came up. Let's see, worldwide box office. It was over $1 billion, 1.3 billion for Black Panther. Wakanda Forever, where they threw all their VFX money into. Where it went, I don't know. We did the show a couple weeks back where it was like everything is blurry and out of focus. What do they spend their money on? They only made 854 million. I say only. Oh, Bear, I'll take 854. Yeah, Bear will too. But they were hoping for their break-even point and line of success was $1 billion. So they didn't make that. They didn't make anywhere close to that. So they pulled all the money from Ant-Man, put it into a Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and it didn't do that well. Didn't do that well at all. Let's see. They're doing a remake of The Little Mermaid, and it's gonna be more progressive, people. More progressive with little Ariel there and her unnatural hair. Very unnatural hair there. Very, very strange there. We tried to get to this the other week. Jason Momoa rumored to exit role of Aquaman because Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom is, quote, terrible. Quote, terrible. They're just going to put the movie out, and then they're just going to, S-can him because our good friend James Gunn out there is just doing great work. Great work out there. And, of course, HBO Max removed Westworld. The first season was great. The second season was just terrible. Anything after that, Bear doesn't know. Maybe they're just trying to bury the evidence. But there you go. Your sort of show that was going to take over for Game of Thrones, they're not even going to put on HBO Max anymore. They're going to remove that. They're going to remove everything out there. Let's see. Jiminy Cricket tells Beer that Wakanda Forever was trash. What a waste. Hashtag what a waste out there. That's unfortunate. I still don't understand why they made that movie without the actor. If you're going to make a Black Panther film without Black Panther, and you're going to, why did we make so much money as we did the last time? Because the actor was great and he unfortunately died. If you're going to do it, recast it. Otherwise, don't make another Black Panther. Just make that as its own little thing, and it's like you get to have that little star right up there because you put out number 2 and it did 800 million instead of 1.3 billion. So you're about $500 million off there. You're $500 million off that I won't say you lost out, but you're missing because you just didn't have the right actor in there. Although I think what was her name? Is it Letitia? I think it's Letitia something or another. Is it James? I forget. Anyways, the young lady that I guess took over for she's a pretty good actor, but yeah, not anywhere comparable to Chadwick Boseman out there. Ant-Man 3 wasn't terrible, says Jiminy, but MODOK, is that how you pronounce it? MODOK. Definitely made it much worse than it should have been. Apparently he turned around and had a bear butt. Not a bear's butt, but a bear butt. That's what everybody's talking about. It's like little MODOK butt, I suppose. I don't know. They pulled all the money out, so that's why. That's why. Nobody wants to see #Black Ariel. Probably not. Probably, why... Bear doesn't understand why they do the live-action remakes to begin with. And then, can I go back? Let me go back. I don't know if it was in this one or not. Was it in this one? Let me see. I didn't have the images on here. Let me see if it'll... No. Oh, there's the poster. Oh, look at there. That's a nice-looking poster, but that's some fake hair right there. There's some fake... Anyways, they race-swapped Ariel, who was a red-headed white lady, but they didn't race-swap the prince. I forget the prince's name out there, but he is still vanilla out there. Still vanilla, but they race-swapped Ariel for some reason. Why? I don't know. Reasons? Probably. There you go. There is that. There is that. All right. Well, does anybody have any other questions on the CyberFrog II? While I still have it up here, I can show any other thing if anybody wants. Otherwise, we might be wrapping it up here. Bear actually has a hockey game to watch here. Yes, indeed. Yes, he does. But before we do that, let me go through the list here and make sure that I didn't miss anybody here. Let's see. I do want to thank everybody. VM, of course. Always making Bear laugh. Grant, of course, and Jiminy. I guess he is booted out Marco for Anthony. I haven't seen Marco for Anthony in a while. He's gotten rid of him, unfortunately. Of course, Amy and Melissa. We always enjoy Amy and Melissa here. P-Money and all of the little P-Moneys out there. We do enjoy you. The Russian bots and the lurkers. Am I missing anybody? I hope I'm not missing anybody. I don't think I'm missing anybody. There we go. A Ginger Apocalypse. Yes, it is. I don't know why they, I'm sure this is a fine actress out here. I'm sure does a good. What was her name? I want to say it was like Barry. I was like, is that... she calls it's Halle Bailey out there. And I kept thinking of Halle Berry out there. I'm like, is that Halle Berry? No, it's Halle Bailey. I'm like, oh, not Halle Berry. No, Halle Bailey. Oh, but it's not Halle Berry. No. It would be better if it had Halle Berry in there. No, we only have Halle Berry in here. Oh, okay. All right, well. Whatever. Fake hair. It's just the one thing that Bear saw. Fake hair. Yes, indeed. Ooh, Hockey Bear. Yes, indeed. Go Bolts. Go Bolts, indeed. Florida Bears are gifted ice skaters. There we go. Marco for Anthony knows better than to mess with Jiminy Cricket out there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Nobody mess. Nobody take Jiminy's sandwich out there. He's gonna be mad. If they ever make a movie about the Lester sisters, it'll air on BET? It will? Okay. All right. Well, on that note, people. On that note, I hope everybody enjoyed if you didn't catch it the first time, the box open here, I hope you enjoyed the review. I know a number of people might not agree with Bear saying CyberFrog II is probably the best one out here, best one he's read. But it is. It is the high water mark, the gold standard, as it were. The gold standard. Yes, indeed. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. And you know what? I mean, you could be doing anything. Like watching a hockey game on a Saturday night, and you're here with Bear. So he does appreciate each and every one of you. We do appreciate that out there. All right. Well, Bear, you know what? He's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, Grrr. A grrr. Humans, thank you for watching this video. If you wish to have more, please like and subscribe. And don't forget that bell for notification. It would please Bear very much. You don't want to see Bear bad, do you?